hours I spend looking for the most immersive mods. Not for harsh winters or hunger to make me feel like a god. Therefore, Fistine and Futanari. Been waiting for this from years of puberty and Atari. Now I finally get my way. I can check out today's on my big screen TV.
Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op.
Hello, welcome to Couch Co-op. I have no idea what episode it is, but we are back. I am Ian. With me, as always, is Jared.
Hello.
And hey, another episode. That's
It's been a little while.
what are we, like one a month now? I think.
Yeah, I think we're 4 episodes deep in season 2. 5.
Oh, I think we're 5. Oh, this is episode
Five?
6. This will be episode 6.
Holy
this will be
crap.
6.
Shows how much I'm paying attention.
I don't think anyone's paying attention. Well, you know what? We're doing pretty good. We get a solid, like, 100 views a month, or an episode. So it's like, and you know what I honestly think?
That is the best yet.
You know what I honestly think they're into? I think they're into this right here.
They like watching PlayStation Home?
Yeah, and my sexy
Oh,
avatar.
that way they don't have to pay for the boobs themselves.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, they're
yeah.
free.
Anyway,
Because you can't get free stuff like that online at all.
Jared,
Yeah.
what have you been playing, man? What have you been up to?
Well, this week, of course, I've been playing Dragon Age. I want more. I haven't been able to spend much time with it. So what I end up doing, since I don't have much time, is just go and do like 1 or 2 quests before I can dive into the main story this weekend.
So what you've played, what do you think of the game?
Oh, I like it. But the only issue, I think our buddy Jason has also commented on this. The part
the,
where you...
the AI?
Well, yeah, the AI. Like when you pause the game to do the systematic...
The tactical
view and all that in the battle system, nobody listens to you. They're just going to do what the hell they want to anyways.
Well, they do kind of do it sometimes. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I tried going... I don't know if you made it this far, but there's this point where you have to, like, dash through all these zombie dudes to go into the castle, but nobody follows you. Even if you keep telling them, and even, like, telling them, move here, they all stay back to fight the zombie dudes.
Well, so how far have you progressed in the story?
Not very far.
So, I don't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah, I've only gained...
Have you gone to Skyhold yet?
I have never heard of Skyhold.
All right, then I'm further than you are.
Yeah, so I don't get to spend too much time on it yet.
You know what? My problem wasn't so much with the AI. I mean, I'm playing it too. I mainly got the game for my wife Bryn, who loves Dragon Age, but I'm playing it too. I've never been the biggest Dragon Age fan.
I love Dragon Age.
The first one I never played. The second one I played a little bit of. But this one I decided I was going to throw in and play it, and I was having a hard time getting into it. And I finally broke that barrier, and now it just feels like it's Mass Effect, but in medieval times for me. So, and I love Mass Effect. So I finally got that part where I'm like, yeah, I'm Commander Shepard, and these are my dudes. Even though that's not the game at all.
This is my crew.
It's my crew, but
yeah.
I'm actually finally having a really good time. So I won't spoil anything, but there are things there's little glitches here and there, and the sound drops out every once in a while. There are some like glitches in the game, but it's for what the game is, how like just massive.
Well, what I'm really interested in is what they're going to do on the next one, because this version of Dragon Age is all systems. So, I mean, they had to work on the PS3, 360 versions, as well as the new generation of things. So once they finally move on to something a little more current,
Right.
purely current gen.
Yeah, because it could be a better looking game. I don't think. I mean, it's.
It looks great.
It looks great. It is weird sometimes you go in because we're both playing on PS4. It does seem like you go to a new world and things kind of pop in. You run into that like.
Well, on the other hand, the loading times are pretty non-existent. It doesn't take long.
No, I don't know about that. I've noticed the loading times. Yeah, I've noticed some loading times.
Well, maybe that's me thinking of like, okay, Destiny. I'm sitting there for 2 minutes waiting for the next level to load, whereas it's only like 25 seconds to load a whole region in this game.
I always felt that the Destiny loading times though were because it's like server connecting to like on other players. So it's like more server connection waiting to like link up than it was game content.
Yeah, who knows? Be interesting to see the command prompt in the background.
Anything other exciting going on?
I just borrowed Last of Us from JPK sitting over there.
Who?
Yeah, and
Little John.
I didn't borrow it to play the whole game because I already played through it on the PS3,
right.
so I only wanted it to play through the Left Behind. Or
DLC or whatever.
Yeah, the DLC, whatever the hell
that's
that was
what their
called.
little friend. It's like the two girls and their.
Yeah. So that was really good. I enjoyed that quite a bit. It was really short, really quick playthrough, so it was nice.
That's cool. Well, if that's all. I haven't really been doing anything else, but I guess we're drinking beers.
Beers.
And so, what better time to toss it off to Jason Wolford and see what we're gonna drink with our games. Woo!
Hello, this is Jason. Welcome to Drinking and Gaming Episode 3. Today we're having a couple of beers with one of this year's sneaker candidates for Game of the Year, the Wii U exclusive Bayonetta 2. This game currently has a 91 Metacritic average, making it one of the highest critically reviewed titles of 2014. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out why. Admittedly, I don't think I'm in this game's target demographic, on account of the fact that I have had sex with a woman before. More than once. Bayonetta 2 is the uplifting story of a sassy, librarian-esque dominatrix witch kind of character who has managed to become insanely badass despite what appears to be a crippling case of scoliosis. The story begins with Bayonetta, who we're told is not a sexist character, having her shopping expedition interrupted when she is attacked by angels who, for some reason, have access to American fighter jets. She fights them off using a mix of guns and melee attacks, and then when she gets her combo meter up, she periodically summons giant minions of hell to do her bidding by removing her clothes, which I guess are made out of her hair. And while Bayonetta is certainly capable of dispatching these attacking angels on her own, our semi-offensive female protagonist is joined by a supporting cast which includes semi-offensive black stereotype, semi-offensive Italian stereotype, and Vaughn from Final Fantasy XII. No? Okay, it's Hope from Final Fantasy XIII. No, it's not him either. Okay, anyway, it's some really annoying kid who defends himself by throwing his Pokemon cards at his assailants as if he's some sort of crappy adolescent Gambit. In this game, you are predictably caught in the battle between light and darkness. And in honor of the light versus dark Japanese cliché, which is about as overdone and played out as Americans trying to relive the glory of World War II, we are pairing Bayonetta 2 with an old-fashioned black and tan. The term black and tan dates back to the 1800s, when the blending of various beer types was a popular trend. And this drink is a blend of any light beer, usually a lager or pale, and any dark beer, usually a stout or porter. You can blend any type of beers you have handy. I am drinking a Finnish lager called Karhu Double Hop with a Murphy's Irish Stout, though the most common are Harp with Guinness. And while the most commonly used beers for this blend are Irish, the drink does have a different name in Ireland. During the Irish War for Independence in 1919, Winston Churchill reinforced the Irish constables who were suppressing the uprising with a squad of mostly British recruits, who came to be known as the Black and Tans. Because of this association with a difficult chapter in their history, the drink is called a half and half in Ireland. You can make the drink two ways, depending on your preference. You can blend the beers evenly by pouring the stout in first and then adding the pale, in which case they will mix and form a singular mid-level color. Or you can layer the beers. Now, if you remember from episode 2, Guinness and other stouts are actually less dense than most lagers. So, if you add the lighter colored beer first and then pour the Guinness in over an upside down spoon very gently, the light colored beer will form a see-through layer on the bottom and the dark beer will form a thick layer on the top. The light see-through layer being sort of like Bayonetta's outfit. This combination of beers gives you the flavor and complexity of the dark beer with the drinkability of the light beer. And the reason that that's important for us here is that you can pound these. And that's the second reason for this pairing. It takes a few drinks to get through the awful cutscenes in this game, but it's worth it if you do so. Despite the complete lack of maturity or ability to write, the game's battle mechanic is fun and top-notch. Bayonetta really is a badass chick, and the size and scope of her battles is bigger and bolder than anything that I've played since Shadow of the Colossus. Sadly, these battles are spaced between some of the most groan-worthy cutscenes I've ever seen. But here at Couch Co-op, we call those drinking opportunities. Somewhere in the background of my drinking, this game's cutscenes were a blend of cliches, where sexist and racist characters spewed profanity for profanity's sake, as if the game developer thought saying fuck made them edgy. But they're wrong, because it's not 2001. A fact which you would not know based on the PS2 quality camera angles in Bayonetta's hallway sequences. Now, all of that said, I found that a solid buzz made going from awesome battle to awesome battle easier, and ultimately, Bayonetta's 2 battle system carries the game. It is pretty damn epic. The game isn't necessarily 9 out of 10 epic, but it's certainly worth the playthrough. I personally would give it a 7 out of 10. So, bottoms up, close off, and enjoy this classic style button masher. I'm Jason, and this has been Drinking and Gaming. Cheers!
All right, we're back. Thank you, Jason, for that. Drinking and Gaming. We'll definitely have to try that one. So, we brought Dave on. Hi, Dave. How's it been? How you doing?
Good.
It's been, not what? Were you on the last? No, Aaron was on the last episode. You were on the episode before that, I believe. But how you been?
I'm good.
And we brought Dave on because a couple weeks ago, we played an old game. I bought, well, you'll remember back to the last episode. Was that the retro episode?
Yeah.
I think so. So the retro gaming episode, I picked this Starsky and Hutch up for PlayStation 2. And the reason I picked this up is because watching a video, I learned that you could couch co-op this game. One person could drive the car with the steering wheel, and then the second player could shoot the people on the screen with a light gun. So, I planned for game night that we would try this. I borrowed a light gun from Dave, because Dave has bazillion light guns in light gun games.
Yes.
And so, we set it up, and guys,
it was epic.
Yeah,
I now own it.
yeah, Dave just today went out to Goodwill and found a used copy for like, what, $4?
Yeah, so I bought it.
It's
awesome.
But like, so like I wanted to try it, and I thought, you know, they looked like they were having a lot of fun. But were you guys skeptical when I said like we should try this?
No,
it
it just sounded fun right off
A
the
little
bat.
bit. You know, I thought I might have heard about it if it was really that good.
Yeah, because I remember like this game didn't get the greatest reviews, and I think that's probably because like single
played it
player solo, and it's probably not fun.
On the joypad without the
that
would be
steering wheel.
terrible.
But like when you get a few beers and your friends and you
Actually, we hadn't had beers when we started. And it was still fun.
That was
either
early
way,
night.
It just, I mean, obviously it's dated. It's a dated game.
It's PlayStation 2 graphics.
Right.
But it's the nearest thing I've played to kind of that arcade experience that you can only get in the arcade.
And the presentation's kind of cool. It's got that very kind of 70s vibe, and the music, that kind of wah-wah guitar, and
It felt good. It was in a good place, I thought.
it was surprisingly awesome. The driving's fun.
Yeah.
The shooting, it's fun. It's just why aren't
It was tricky without being difficult, and that
Yes.
was if you crashed the car, you weren't trying to catch up all the time.
Yeah, I think it was pretty forgiving in that manner.
Yeah, it was a little forgiving,
Yeah.
but it wasn't too forgiving, but it wasn't too harsh. It was just right.
Well, there were some levels where you had to achieve certain goals to get a high enough score to move along, and that ended up being really difficult because that aiming was kind of challenging if you didn't recalibrate your gun every match.
I think we might have had the TV a little too close.
Yeah.
I think that would have been one of the
It
problems.
could have been.
But
Well, also, there are several times when I drove, I'm pretty jerky when I'm driving those steering wheels, so the plug kept on coming unplugged.
that's true. That's true.
So that's hardware and user error, so not game issue.
Having played a lot of
And then when you
Gun
ever,
games,
and then when you had to, and you were paired with Aaron, then
Yeah,
maybe
yeah, that
there'd
was
be some
pretty brutal.
There might have been some brutal. Poor Aaron. You shake his hand. Anyway, but
Just remember, God of War is an RPG.
but to fully enjoy this game, you do need a gun con and a steering wheel.
yeah, I think
I can imagine driving with the joypad, just not as much fun.
because it is really just a regular blah game.
Out of curiosity, did you play it solo at all?
I played it solo before you. So I played it solo before I played it with you guys. I opened it the night, or maybe the next day I got it, just to see what it was like, just to make sure it played in my PlayStation 2, because my PlayStation 2 is old and it's kind of finicky and only plays certain games, so I wanted to make sure it worked. So I played it a little bit, and it was like, it's kind of fun on the gamepad, but it's like, I don't know if I would stick with this. And then, because I only have that PlayStation 3 wheel, I wasn't sure it would work on my PlayStation 2. And magically it did!
Yeah, it was the Logitech one.
Yeah, the Logitech
Yeah.
one. So I was like, yes! So that's when I played it by myself, but
Well,
Having-
I did try.
Oh, yeah, we both did. We
I
both
played
did.
with the wheel and the gun.
the gun, it's like,
but
it's
again,
hard.
I bumped into the issue where it came unplugged and all that. I thought I was doing good, but then I lost.
So before we get out of here, the one thing I want to bring out, there should be more games like this.
Well, I checked out earlier today, and there's a gun con free for the PlayStation 3, and there's only 2 games for it, I believe, and one of them's Time Crisis. And I think it's the jump to technology and the LCD, so it can be done.
But with the PlayStation Move, you still think that they could, like, one person could have a PlayStation Move that would act like a
Could
light gun, and then
you-
one could drive with a steering wheel.
Just imagine, you're playing Grand Theft Auto 5 online
with your friend in a
with
car.
your friend that has a Move controller, and he is shooting the screen.
Yes. As
Yeah.
you do an actual drive-by.
That would be so rad.
Rockstar.
Rockstar, are you listening?
Rockstar.
Come
you
on.
need to patch this, like, right away.
That would be so.
Not like
so
in the next
cool.
game, like right away. You need to isn't this 2K?
Right when you release the heists patch.
Oh, Take-Two company. That's
Close
what
enough.
But just steal the idea.
Just
get on
steal
with
this
it.
idea. I was
Yeah.
like,
Jack
come
it.
on. Not only that, but the cool thing about Gran Theft Auto is like, if you are playing with a bunch of your friends, there's a special truck where like 6 of your friends can be on that truck together.
That's awesome.
And you can drive around. If you all had Move controllers, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
you could tear
SWAT
it
truck
up.
with
You could tear it up.
That'd be so great.
Anyway, I know it's old, and I wanted to bring it up, and I just think it was a cool find.
For me, it revitalized the gun con because
Right.
most gun con games are
Just-
just on rails, scene 1, scene
Yeah.
2, shoot.
just a little randomized.
This one, the second player really gave it that feeling of like you're in control.
And it's a potential. There's a potential here for great couch co-op, and that's our show. That's our namesake.
Yep.
So I just wanted to bring that up. But kind of a review of a game, and sorry, we're gonna toss you to another review, but I know you'll love it because it's Monty, and so here's Monty with Not a Gamer Review.
Hey, Monty.
Hi, I'm Monty Wolf, and this is your Not a Gamer Review. Today I'm going to review Abyss Odyssey? Odyssey Abyss? I actually kind of got into this game. It was kind of fun. I still, anytime I play any sort of game where you have to slice a sword or do anything like that, you do any sort of like, close contact fighting, I always sort of feel like I'm just hitting the button a lot, and sometimes I win and sometimes I don't, especially when I'm turned like backwards. And I'm doing this, and the guy's back here, the bad guy's back here, and I'm just like, yeah, do my thing. But it was a fun game. It was a world I wanted to explore and kind of check out. You end up in the abyss, and which takes you down under the ground. I was a woman, a very attractive woman. I was the figment of some guy's imagination, but I had to destroy him. Think about that. It's kind of weird because, like, if you don't play games a lot, you don't really know what to compare it to. I mean, there's games I've seen like Final Fantasy. I couldn't tell you which Final Fantasy 37 or Final Fantasy 14, I don't know. Would I play it again? I would, honestly. You know, I was interested. I kind of want to see where it goes. I want to know, what it's all about, Is it going to tell us who she is? And, I mean, other than she's a figment of his imagination, will we learn more? Will there be, some mysteries solved? It was interesting to me. I want to kind of explore that world. But, I'm not really a gamer, so that's probably never going to happen. Anyway, I'm Monty Wolf, and this has been your Not a Gamer Review.
All right. Thank you for that, Monty. It looks like a great game. I'm surprised that you liked it, actually. But, yeah, if you guys out there thought that game looked cool, you guys should go check it out. Anyway, so, youtube.com/MilkManPictures. Subscribe to us. Thank you for watching, who is out there watching us. Jared and I have a podcast. What is that address, Jared?
CouchCoopPodcast.podbean.com.
Yes, and you can subscribe to us on iTunes. Just search for Couch Co-op. And, the podcast, the show, send us comments, emails, Facebook page, Gmail, whatever. You can find all those links at those pages. Leave us some comments. Let us know what you think of us. Let me know that I need to be replaced and that my son John needs to take over. Or maybe not. Anyway, we're at the end of the show. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tease is we have one more show before the end of the year. It's going to be our grand, epic award show. A year in the making, Jared.
That was a fantastic teaser.
We've been doing this for a year, and we're teasing to our epic award show. So look forward to that. It's a lot of work. And so yeah, I'm Ian.
I'm Jared.
Dave, thanks for being on the show.
Dave.
It's Couch Co-op. Play us out, guys. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op.
Oh!
Yeah!
Got me.
Man,
It's been a while.
yeah, guess long.